Texans are in a very similar situation that the Packers are in, where you've got your guy, you've got your coach. Now you just need to beef up the supporting cast around CJ Stroud. You've got this amazing window where for the next 3 years, 4 years, you're getting a discount at the quarterback position, and you can argue he's a top 5 quarterback. A lot of people are arguing that if you were to start a franchise today, CJ Stroud is one of the 5 quarterbacks that you would want to start your franchise with. And I don't have a whole lot of argument to say you shouldn't. He's excellent. And he wasn't great against the Ravens this past weekend. And some of that is just due to the fact the Ravens defense is excellent. Absolutely excellent. And he's got his 2 of his top 3 receivers out. I mean, Nico Collins is playing, but, outside of Nico Collins, he's throwing to Dalton Schultz and John Mechie and old Robert Woods. Like, Tank Dell's not there. If Tank Dell's there, does that change things? If Noah Brown is there, does that change things? I don't know. But it does feel like the Ravens were just so good, and the Texans just didn't have another punch that they could throw. They have the uppercut, or they have, they've got a knockout punch in there, but they just don't have a jab. They couldn't fight back against what the Ravens were doing. The Ravens defense just dominated. And the Ravens came out slow, and Houston just couldn't figure things out in the second half, and obviously it got ugly. But you felt like, if they have one of their other guys, if their offensive line could protect him just a little bit more, you felt like CJ Stroud was probably going to make a play or two. And, they couldn't run the ball. CJ Stroud was pressured. He doesn't have his receivers. So at the end of the day, it's like, big surprise. He couldn't get it done in the second half. But I do think if you're a Texans fan, like, this was a storybook season for them, especially coming off of 2 straight years where you're the worst in the league. You're terrible. A poverty franchise, as it were. After you traded Deshaun Watson, it's like, they're never going to be good. And then you get Stroud, you get Tank Dell, you get Will Anderson, and everything flips. The script flips, and all of a sudden, you're playing these games that matter. And they crushed the Cleveland Browns. Just a great season for the Texans, and I think you got to feel really, really good about what you've got, and they're going to be a problem in the AFC for the next decade with CJ Stroud at the helm.